What is Google Gemini? A family of large language models (LLMs) developed by Google DeepMind, succeeding LaMDA and PaLM 2. 3 variants exist. Gemini Ultra, largest and most capable. Gemini Pro, best for scaling across tasks. And Gemini Nano, most efficient for devices, released in December 2023 as a competitor to OpenAI's GPT-4. Powers the chatbot named Gemini. Key capabilities: multimodal. Understands and combines different data types like text, code, audio, images, and video. Flexible. Runs efficiently on various platforms, from data centers to mobile devices. Availability. Direct access. Through the Gemini chatbot. Cloud integration. Developer can integrate Gemini models into applications using Google AI Studio and Google Cloud Vertex AI. Open source access. A family of lightweight, open-source models called Gemma is available for exploration, built on similar technology as Gemini. Here are some resources for further reading. Google DeepMind's Gemini page. https://deepmind.google/technologies/Gemini/ Blog post announcing Gemini. https://www.youtube. The links will be shared in description section. I hope this comprehensive explanation sheds light on Google Gemini. Feel free to ask if you have any specific questions about its features or applications. There are 2 main ways to interact with Google Gemini. 1. Through the Gemini chatbot. This is the method you're using right now. You can ask questions in natural language and it will try its best to understand and respond in a comprehensive and informative way. 2. Cloud integration for developers. If you're a developer, you can leverage Gemini's power in your applications. Here's how. Google AI Studio. This platform allows you to build and deploy custom AI models without extensive coding. You can integrate pre-trained Gemini models or fine-tune them for your specific needs. Google Cloud Vertex AI. This is a suite of tools for building and managing machine learning models on Google Cloud. It offers access to various AI services, including large language models like Gemini. Here's a breakdown for different users. Casual users. The Gemini chatbot is the easiest way to experience Gemini's capabilities. Just ask away. Developers. Utilize Google AI Studio or Cloud Vertex AI to integrate Gemini's power into your projects. Additional tips. When using the chatbot, be specific with your questions. The more context you provide, the better it can understand your request. For developers, Explore the documentation for Google AI Studio and Cloud Vertex AI to learn more about integrating Gemini models. While there's no public mobile app available yet for direct Gemini access, it might be integrated into the existing Google app in the future. Stay tuned. The way you use a prompt depends on the context you have in mind. Here are two common interpretations. 1. Using prompts with large language models (LLMs). In this context, a prompt refers to a piece of text you provide to an LLM to guide its response. It's like giving an instruction or starting point for the LLM to generate text, translate languages, write different kinds of creative content, or answer your questions in an informative way. Here's how to use prompts effectively with LLMs. Be clear and specific. The more precise your prompt, the better the LLM can understand your intent and respond accordingly. Provide context. If your prompt refers to specific things, characters, or situations, adding background information can improve the LLM's output. Adjust the tone. You can influence the formality, style, and even humor in the LLM's response by using specific language in your prompt. For instance, here are some prompts with different goals. Informative prompt. Write a summary of the life and achievements of Albert Einstein. Creative prompt. Compose a science fiction poem about a robot who falls in love with a human. Instructional prompt. Translate this sentence into Spanish. Hello, how are you today? 2. Using prompts in computer programming. In programming languages like JavaScript, there's a function called prompt that displays a dialog box on the user's screen. This box asks the user to enter some text and then returns that text to the program. Here's a basic example of using prompt in JavaScript. JavaScript. Const name prompt. What is your name? Alert. Hello, plus name. This code displays a prompt that asks the user for their name. Once the user enters their name and clicks OK, the program stores that name in the variable name and uses it to greet the user. I hope this clarifies the concept of prompts. Let me know if you have any questions. Here are some examples of how you can use Google Gemini, both through the chatbot interface and for developers. Using the Gemini chatbot. Writing assistance. Let's say you're stuck on a writer's block for your essay on the history of solar power. You can prompt Gemini with, "Can you help me brainstorm some ideas for the conclusion of my essay about the history of solar power?" Maybe highlight its future potential. Gemini can generate creative text formats or outlines to get you going. Research and summarization. You're interested in learning more about the black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy but don't have time for extensive reading. You can ask, Summarize the key characteristics and recent discoveries about the Sagittarius A black hole. Gemini can find relevant information and provide a concise summary. Creative writing spark. Feeling uninspired? Prompt Gemini with, "Write a short science fiction story about a team of astronauts who discover a hidden civilization on Mars." Let Gemini surprise you with its creative take. Using Gemini for developers, cloud integration, building a chatbot. Imagine you're developing a customer service chatbot for an e-commerce website. You can integrate Gemini's capabilities to allow the chatbot to understand natural language queries from customers, answer product-related questions, or even complete transactions. Data analysis with text summarization. You're working on a data science project that involves analyzing a large dataset of customer reviews. You can leverage Gemini's text summarization abilities to automatically generate summaries of these reviews, helping you identify key themes and trends. Multilingual content creation. You need to create product descriptions in multiple languages for your online store. Gemini's ability to translate languages can be integrated into your workflow to automate some of the translation process. These are just a few examples, and Gemini's potential applications are vast. Remember, the key is to provide clear prompts or instructions to get the most out of Gemini's capabilities. Here's a real-world scenario where you can leverage Gemini's capabilities through a prompt to create unique content. You're a social media manager for a bakery and want to generate engaging content for your upcoming spring launch. Prompt: write a catchy social media post in the voice of our bakery announcing the arrival of spring with a new line of floral-inspired cupcakes. Possible response from Gemini: spring has sprung, and our bakery is blooming with deliciousness. We're launching a brand new line of cupcakes bursting with springtime flavors like lavender lemon, rose raspberry, and fragrant violet. Pre-order yours today and celebrate the season with a taste of floral delight. Spring Cupcakes Seasonal Treats. Bakery love benefits of using this prompt. Targeted content. It specifies the bakery's brand voice and the purpose of the post: promotion, creative inspiration. It provides keywords like floral-inspired and springtime flavors to spark creative text generation. Engaging tone. It suggests using emojis and hashtags to make the post visually appealing and discoverable. This is just a starting point, and you can refine the prompt further based on your specific needs. Perhaps you want Gemini to suggest additional cupcake flavors or recommend specific hashtags. Remember, the more details you provide in the prompt, the better Gemini can tailor its response to your requirements. Here's a challenging example that showcases Gemini's potential for complex tasks. Scenario: you're a researcher investigating the potential effects of climate change on the migration patterns of humpback whales. You have access to vast datasets containing historical whale sighting data, oceanographic measurements, and climate models. However, manually analyzing these datasets and identifying correlations is a monumental task. How Gemini can help: 1. Data cleaning and preprocessing. You can develop a program that utilizes Gemini's capabilities to clean and organize the massive datasets from various sources. This might involve tasks like identifying and correcting inconsistencies, converting formats, and extracting relevant information. 2. Feature engineering. Scientific data often requires manipulation to be usable in machine learning models. You can use Gemini to help create new features from existing data. For instance, Gemini could analyze historical migration patterns and oceanographic data to generate features that represent factors potentially influencing migration routes. 3. Model training and analysis. Once the data is prepared, Gemini can be integrated into a machine learning pipeline. You can train a model using Gemini's ability to understand and process complex scientific data. This model could analyze the correlations between climate factors, oceanographic conditions, and historical migration patterns. 4. Hypothesis generation and exploration. After training the model, you can use Gemini to analyze the results and identify emerging patterns. It can help you generate new hypotheses about how climate change might be impacting whale migration. For instance, Gemini might highlight a correlation between rising sea temperatures and a shift in migration routes. 5. Scientific report writing. Gemini can assist you in summarizing the research findings and even drafting a scientific report in a clear and concise manner. It can translate complex scientific concepts into a well-structured report suitable for peer review. Challenges and considerations. Scientific expertise. While Gemini can be a powerful tool, it cannot replace scientific expertise. You, as the researcher, need to have a strong understanding of the scientific domain and interpret the results generated by Gemini critically. Data bias. Machine learning models can inherit biases from the data they're trained on. It's crucial to ensure the datasets used for training Gemini are comprehensive and unbiased. Explainability. Understanding how a complex model arrives at its conclusions is crucial in science. While Gemini can help analyze data, it's important to have additional methods to explain the reasoning behind the model's prediction. This example highlights how Gemini, when used thoughtfully alongside human expertise, can be a powerful tool to accelerate scientific discovery in complex fields. Since Google Gemini is a relatively new large language model released in December 2023, there aren't universally established, popular prompts yet. However, some general categories of prompts tend to be widely used across different LLM platforms. 1. Informative prompts. These prompts aim to gather information or complete tasks in a straightforward way. Example: summarize the key differences between classical and quantum mechanics. Another example: write a business email requesting a meeting to discuss project timelines. 2. Creative prompts. These prompts unleash Gemini's creative potential for generating different content formats. Example: compose a poem about a robot who falls in love with the moon. Another example: craft a science fiction news story set in a future where Mars is a bustling colony. 3. Instructional prompts. These prompts guide Gemini to perform specific actions on your behalf, such as translation or code generation. Example: translate this sentence into French. What are your plans for the weekend? Another example: write Python code to calculate the area of a circle given its radius. It's important to remember that Gemini responds best to clear and specific prompts. The more context and details you provide, the better it can understand your request and deliver an exceptional response. Here are some additional tips for crafting effective prompts for Gemini. Use natural language. Don't feel restricted to technical jargon. Phrase your prompts in a way that you would naturally speak. Provide context. If your prompt refers to specific things, characters, or situations, adding background information can be helpful. Adjust the tone. The way you phrase your prompt can influence the formality, style, and even humor in Gemini's response. As Google Gemini continues to evolve and gain wider adoption, specific, popular prompts might emerge based on user preferences and application areas. However, the core principle of clear and well-structured prompts will remain essential for getting the most out of this powerful language model. Google Gemini, a powerful AI language model, is poised to revolutionize many fields. Imagine AI helping writers overcome creative blocks, or scientific researchers analyze complex data. Educational platforms could personalize learning, while customer service chatbots handle nuanced requests. However, ensuring fairness, transparency, and accessibility in this AI future is crucial. With responsible development, Gemini has the potential to empower us all. Did you enjoy this video? Leave a thumbs up to let me know. Sticking around? Subscribe for more content like this.